story we're following, Chelsea Clinton is reportedly planning to stay on the board of her family's foundation, even if her mother is elected president. A spokesman told the Wall Street Journal yesterday that she will keep her position with the organization if her mother wins the election in November. Earlier reports suggested Chelsea would step down if that happened. The Journal adds that the foundation is also considering exceptions to its plan to stop accepting corporate and foreign donations, like allowing the Clinton Health Access Initiative to accept that kind of money.
Wait a second. Okay. So now, so Chelsea's still in, and they're now doing exceptions.
On the money.
Right? Well, do we have the Brian Fallon quote from yesterday? Okay, well, go ahead. Let's just. This was said yesterday.
Okay, I'll jump to it.
Yeah, this was said yesterday on Andrea Mitchell.
Is it a soundbite? All right, here's Brian Fallon, Hillary Clinton's press secretary.
More than half the people in the world receiving AIDS drugs received them from the Clinton Foundation. So no, the Clinton Foundation will not be completely shuttering its work even if Clinton wins the presidency. And for good reason. They want to continue this work. And you know what? If any American voter is troubled by the idea that the Clintons want to continue working to solve the AIDS crisis on the side while Hillary Clinton is president, then don't vote for her.
Wow, that is so pathetic. You all are not really that pathetic, are you?
Please don't be.
Are you really that
really
pathetic? Are you really that pathetic? You're going to actually say that if Bill Clinton doesn't have the opportunity to shake down billionaires, that AIDS will not be cured? Are you so? I guess if we're keeping score at home, Barack Obama is Moses and has the ability to stop the tides from rising.
Okay.
Right? In our time. And Bill Clinton shaking down billionaires in Kazakhstan while doing deals on the side and getting paid $550,000.
Get some great rugs.
For a 1-hour speech. That's our only path forward to curing AIDS. You're not really that pathetic. Because if that's the best line of attack you have, you need to go back to middle school and start all over again. Mike Barnacle,
well, I have to
if you're really against, if you don't want AIDS cured, then okay, I guess don't vote for Hillary Clinton.
You know, no, I don't know anyone who questions the good works that have been done by the Clinton.
Wonderful work that's been done.
Great work.
But it gets to judgment. It doesn't get to corruption, as far as I'm concerned. It gets to judgment. Why they don't announce that the Clinton Global Foundation will be melded into the Gates Foundation to remove any
because then it won't be about them. Because then it won't be about
She'll be
Bill
president,
Clinton.
though.
And
That's
guess what? Hey, do you think Bill Clinton's going to get paid $550,000 for a 1-hour speech in all of this swirl of special interests where he goes to countries and gives speeches, and maybe they have business before the White House, and maybe no. Why would they let the Gates Foundation do it? Because the Gates Foundation is actually interested in just taking care of education and AIDS. And there aren't those. Bill Gates doesn't shake down people for $550,000 for a 1-hour speech.
Donald Trump said that Hillary Clinton ran the State Department like a third world state. Here's Bill Clinton responding that we have also Hillary Clinton responding. Here's Hillary responding.
What Trump has said is ridiculous. My work as Secretary of State was not influenced by any outside forces. I made policy decisions based on what I thought was right to keep Americans safe and to protect U.S. interests abroad. No wild political attack by Donald Trump is going to change that. And, in fact, the State Department has said itself that there is no evidence kind of impropriety at all.
And I made it clear that if she becomes president, we'll have to do more than we did when she was Secretary of State, because if you make a mistake, there's always appeal to the White House if you're Secretary of State. If you're president, you can't. But we're going to transition all these responsibilities that would require foreign or corporate donations, which I won't accept. And I won't raise money for the foundation if she wins. And I'm happy to do the transition as quickly as we can.
So,
I'm confused by
They're
this,
just
right?
classier about it.
They
I don't know.
cannot help themselves.
I want to see them
Because there's an exception
explain
to
and
that
understand better for myself why donations from foreign governments and corporations are potentially corrupting, but from rich people in America, it's not potentially corrupting. So I'm not sure why they have made that the line in the sand for how they're going to police the ethics of this, conflict of interest. I'm very confused by it.
That's the point, maybe.
I said this thing yesterday about how I thought that the foundation should be shut down, and got a huge amount of abuse along this line of that you're going to kill people if you do this, and that's what James Carville
said you're going to go to hell.
But
were you the person that Carville said was going to go to hell? Because he was on this show and said somebody can go to hell.
Well, I'm going to hell for a lot of other reasons.
Well,
so. That's already a foregone conclusion.
Can we add that to the
I'm now on the
now?
express train, I guess.
Okay, we'll add that.
But I will say that the Boston Globe, the Huffington Post, Michael Tomasky in the Daily Beast, John Cassidy in the New Yorker, these are not right-wing people.
No.
All people who have said over the last week or so that the foundation should not have the Clintons' name on it, that all of the good works that it does could be farmed out to other nonprofits, could be absorbed, whether it's into the or rebranded. There are a variety of institutions. It would be complicated to do, but all that money, all those lives that are saved, all those drugs that are purchased, all that work that the foundation currently does could go on. It could go on, and no services need to be interrupted. It would be, again, it would be complicated institutionally speaking.
No, they could do it.
But it would be doable if you wanted to get out of the business of this question, these conflicts of interest that are built into the Clinton Foundation. It's doable. And if what you cared about was both the appearance and the actuality of potential conflicts of interest going forward, from this day forward, and getting rid of the political problem that it poses, you would just say, that's what we're going to do. But from this day forward, we are committed to doing all the good work. We're just not going to do it underneath our name anymore.
It's also a test. How much of that money keeps coming in if their name isn't attached to it? Because we've seen the donors view the foundation as a way to win favor.
Right. Presumably, if the donors actually,
what did George Stephanopoulos say about giving money to the foundation?
I don't know what he said.
You do it for access.
Yeah.
You write the check to the Clinton Foundation because you want access. That's a guy who knows.
If the donors care about the causes.
Can anybody answer the question? Why don't they do that?
Right.
Yes.
Just to your, if the donors care.
I've already answered it.
If the donors,
as long as you have, it's like a washing machine of just cash that just, and you open it and it just flies all over the place, and it's hard to tell where the foundation money starts and the speeches for Bill Clinton end and the business in front of the State Department. You go back, and yes, maybe there's no direct line, but of course the Clintons are smarter than that. You don't make $100 million or $200 million post-presidency and while she's Secretary of State, and get your doubled from like $250,000 to $550,000 with people who have business before the State Department without knowing not to draw those lines.
If the donors care about the programs, they'll keep writing the checks. If the donors care about access, they'll stop writing the checks.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. Yeah, that will answer. The question will be answered. If you took the name off the foundation, you'll know what the donors actually care about.
All right.
Checks come in or they stop.
So maybe if they stop, then maybe for James Carville, they're the ones going to hell.
Oh, stop.
Because they didn't care about curing AIDS.
Look at the bird.
Or education.